The first thing I register upon waking is the pain, a dull, insistent ache radiating from the fresh incision on my abdomen. It's not unbearable, but it's there, pulsing in time with my sluggish heartbeat, a reminder that I made it through the surgery, that I'm still here, still breathing. The air is thick with a sterile scent of antiseptic layered over stale coffee. The rhythmic beeping of the heart monitor is the only sound cutting through the heavy silence. I blink against the harsh fluorescent light, expecting to find Grace in the chair beside my bed. I can almost see her. Dark hair pulled back, a book resting in her lap, that quiet, knowing smile she used to give me when she thought I wasn't looking. I've been clinging to that smile even through the haze of anesthesia, letting it guide me back to consciousness. But when my vision clears, the chair is empty, no Grace, no comforting presence, just a hollow, sterile room, and an ache in my chest that has nothing to do with the surgery. Shifting slightly, I wince as the stitches pull against my skin. That's when I notice it, a manila envelope on the bedside table, propped up beside a plastic water pitcher and a half-empty cup. My name, Thomas Ellis, is scrawled across the front in a sharp, unfamiliar script. My first thought is paperwork, discharge instructions, insurance forms, something routine. But the envelope is thick, too substantial for hospital bureaucracy. My fingers tremble as I reach for it, the four tugging at my wrist. I tear it open with an unsteady hand, the contents sliding into my lap, crisp, official, heavy with unspoken finality. My eyes catch the words at the top, and the breath leaves my lungs. Petition for dissolution of marriage. Divorce papers. Grace isn't here because she's already gone, not just from this room, but from me, from us. The words blur as I stare, not from tears, at least not yet, but from the sheer weight of disbelief crushing my chest. My name appears again and again, scrawled between legal clauses and deadlines, alongside lines flagged for my signature. A note is attached, brief and impersonal, stating that Grace is terminating our marriage effective immediately. No explanation, no apology, not even hollow, "I'm sorry, Tom." Just the cold, detached language of the law reducing 15 years of our life together into a stack of paperwork. Our home, our late-night conversations, the way she hummed out a tune while making coffee, gone, dismantled with ink and procedure. I try to sit up, but a sharp pain flares through my abdomen, forcing me back against the pillows. A choked sound escapes me, a half-laugh, half-groan. She didn't even tell me herself. She waited until I was cut open, vulnerable, helpless in a hospital bed, and then she delivered the final blow. The walls seem to close in as my mind races. How long had this been in motion? Was she at our dining table, the one we picked out together in that antique shop in Vermont, planning this while I was preparing for surgery? I rewind through the past few weeks, searching for the signs I missed. The distance in her eyes, the late nights at the office excused by some looming deadline, the way she tensed when I reached for her. I thought it was stress. I thought maybe my illness was weighing on her, but now I see it clearly. She was already leaving. I just hadn't realized I was the last to know. My hands tremble as I let the paper slip onto my lap. The heart monitor speeds up, its urgent beeping filling the silence. A nurse rushes in, her ponytail bouncing as she checks the screen, then my face. "Mr. Ellis, your heart rate is spiking. Are you in pain?" I want to tell her yes, but not the kind she can treat with medication, not the kind that can be measured or monitored. Instead, I force a nod, my voice hoarse, just adjusting. She presses a few buttons on the floor, offers a reassuring smile, then disappears, leaving me alone once more, alone with the envelope that has just rewritten the rest of my life. "Rest," she said as if I could. My mind won't stop racing, replaying every moment with Grace, searching for flaw I overlooked. The heartbreak is undeniable, but beneath it, something else stirs. Anger, yes, but also clarity. I refuse to let this break me. She thinks I'll crumble, that I'll sign those papers without a fight. She's wrong. Ignoring the ache in my side, I grab my phone and scroll through my contacts until I find a name I need, Julian Blackwell, my old college roommate, the man who could argue circles around anyone, and now one of the most formidable attorneys in the state. Grace never cared about my past or the friends I held on to. She will now. I press call. Julian picks up on the second ring, his voice steady and familiar. Tom, you out of surgery? How are you holding up? I exhale, steadying myself. I'm alive, I say, then add, but Grace just served me divorce papers. Right here in the hospital. A pause, then a low, measured chuckle. Not mocking, but dangerous, like a predator that's just spotted prey. She picked the wrong person to mess with. Julian says, "Tell me everything. I'll take it from here." I hang up, the phone slipping from my fingers as I lean back against the pillows. Grace wanted a war. She has no idea what she's unleashed. Julian arrives the next day, settling into the chair Grace never bothered to sit in. "You look like hell," he remarks. I manage a smirk. Surgery and betrayal will do that. He nods, pulling out a sleek pen and a legal pad. Start from the beginning. So I do. I tell him about the envelope, the shock, the precision with which Grace executed her ambush. He listens, his expression tightening with every detail. When I finish, he leans back, tapping the pen against his chin. "She's counting on you being too broken to fight," he muses. "Thinks you'll just sign and let her walk away clean." Classic strategy. Hit when the target's weakest. But she didn't count on me. A flicker of hope stirs inside me. What's our move? Julian's smile is sharp, glacial. First, we do nothing. Let her sweat. She'll find out soon enough that I'm in the picture. And when she does, she'll panic. People like her always do when they realize they're outmatched. He's right. Less than a day later, the cracks begin to show. I'm drifting in and out of sleep when my phone buzzes. A text from Grace. Not her lawyer. Her. "Tom, who is Julian Blackwell? Why is he calling my attorney?" I stare at the screen, my pulse quickening. She's rattled. The usual polished attachment in her messages is gone. I don't reply, not yet. Julian told me silence is a weapon, and I'm starting to understand. An hour later, another message. "We need to talk about this." I didn't plan for it to go this way. Lies. Every second of this was orchestrated. She just didn't expect resistance. I read the text aloud to Julian. He laughs, a sharp, satisfied sound. She's already backpedaling. Good. Let her squirm. My team's been digging through records, communications, finances. By tomorrow, we'll have a clearer picture of what she's hiding. I lean back against the pillows, letting his words settle in. Grace always saw me as the soft one, the dependable, easygoing husband who wouldn't push back. She even joked about it. "You're too sweet, Tom. Too easy." Maybe she was right, but not anymore. The surgery may have left me physically weak, but it awakened something in me, something she never bothered to notice. By the next morning, Julian returns with a folder in one hand and a cup of black coffee in the other. Just the way I like it. He flips the folder open. First taste of her panic, he says. Inside are call logs. Grace's attorney, Carter Briggs, reaching out to mutual contacts, inquiring about Julian. There's even a voicemail transcript. Carter's voice tight with unease. Blackwell's a shark. What's his angle? Call me. I look up, meeting Julian's eyes. She's scared. I say, more statement than question. Julian corrects me. She should be. He closes the folder with a snap. If she wants a war, let's make sure she regrets picking this battlefield. I take a sip of the coffee, the bitterness grounding me. Julian strides out of the room, already strategizing our next move. Grace thought she could bury me with that envelope, thought I'd crumble under the weight of her betrayal. She never saw this coming. And for the first time since I woke up, the pain fades into the background. I'm not just surviving. I'm fighting. And I'm not alone.